A college campus is a melting pot, just like the wider world out there. You're going to meet all types of people, including some that would like to make you a victim if you let them. So your job is to make sure that that never happens. Never leave yourself nor your belongings vulnerable. Isn't that right, Chief?
You know, John, you're absolutely right. I tell the students all the time, most of the crimes that occur on campus are crimes of opportunity. And if you take away the opportunity, you will dramatically reduce the incidence of crime.
Well, what does every GPC employee need to know?
You know, John, it's a great question. Let's talk about protecting yourself first. Number one, always be sure that someone knows where you are, what your schedule is. If you're deciding to have lunch that day with a colleague and something that's off the book, it's really a good idea that you let someone know where you're going to be and what time you're expected back. Don't just keep it on your computer, share it with someone you trust and someone you know.
Well, there's a phrase in law enforcement that we'd like to use, and it's situational awareness.
And you know, John, what that really means is to notice when something is just not right. For instance, when you're walking through the campus, if you see a door open that's not usually open, something you should take note of. A light on that's normally off. If something feels wrong, go with your gut and contact us.
Well, you advise people travel in numbers, not alone.
And we're not trying to scare anybody with that statement, John. We believe our campuses are very, very safe. What I'm saying is just smarter to travel in a group. It's not very likely someone's going to say, they look like an easy target.
Well, do you have a little list of do's and don'ts that you'd want to pass on?
I sure do, John. Do park in a lighted area, especially if you're going to be staying late on campus. Do call the Department of Public Safety if you don't feel comfortable walking to your car. Do familiarize yourself with the location and the use of the emergency phones in the parking lots. They're clearly marked, so you should make a mental note. And do program our phone number into your cell phone. In fact, do it right now while you're watching this video.
Well, a lot of people are going to feel embarrassed if they have to call public safety. Can you understand that?
I sure do, John, but don't be. This is our job. If it's late at night and you're not traveling in a group, don't think twice about it. Just call us.
And that's a two-way street, isn't it? Because not only do you want everyone out there to know your number, you want to make sure that you have the contact information from everyone on the JAG Alert system.
You know, the JAG Alert is so vitally important to security on our campus, and John, I can't emphasize that enough. If and when that moment comes and we need to be able to reach out and contact everyone right now, we can only do it if we have your current contact information.
Let's talk about something that drives most of us in law enforcement nuts, and that's property crime.
When we say lock it or lose it, it's because we've learned through hard experience, John, that once again, much crime is simply crime of opportunity. You leave your belongings alone, you go to the restroom, or you leave your backpack visible in your car. You're creating the opportunity.
You want to tell a story about your own little laptop?
Well, you know, it's happened to me, and I became complacent. I left my laptop unattended for a few moments. When I returned, you guessed it, it was gone.
And if it can happen to a cop,
it can happen to anybody.
At GPC, we have an entire police department. It's a true police department like one you'd find in any Georgia city or town, dedicated to the particular needs of a college community, and that's a plus. They're approachable, they're helpful, they're not going to act put out if you call them late one night for an escort to your car. They'll be glad you called, but campus security is serious business. We count on these folks to be the first responder in any emergency, from a natural disaster to an act of violence to an accident on campus. It's your security and your safety we're talking about.